Sam, again, thank you for coming on the show.
My pleasure.
You know, before the break, and I know you don't share this, but I can share this.
Sure.
You know, last year your team was number 2 in all of Canada, number 5 worldwide for the number 1 brokerage in all of the world.
Yes.
So you've been doing that for the last decade. You've always been within the top 5 or so in terms of how many transactions. People trust you. You nurture them. I've been on your website, all this kind of stuff. But now you've made the change now from being with a franchised brokerage to now Sam McDadi Real Estate, which is your own baby.
Yes.
What were the thoughts there?
You know, Rav, it wasn't an easy decision because we had such a good relationship with RE/MAX. It was 14 years running, and you know, we pretty much achieved all the accolades with them. And you know, last year it was kind of the feather in a cap where we finished 4 worldwide, and there's 100,000 realtors. So we didn't go into it thinking we were going to make a change, but in the new year we started looking at different models and thought about expansion. And you know, it became apparent to us that we needed to have the ability to grow our business further, geographically, among other things. And RE/MAX, even if I was to obtain a franchise, it had restrictions. So we felt we invested enough money in our brand
today.
There
you are with an MBA, continuing to be progressive and think outward and wanting to grow more. No, I think that's fantastic.
So it's been so well received. We're just finishing our 2nd month with McDadi Real Estate, and you know, it's business as usual. It's humming, and you know, it's been incredible the support we've received from our past clients, our friends. And what's interesting, Rav, is so many realtors have approached us and want to join our brokerage, which wasn't really the intent. It was really meant more for our team just to kind of develop and flourish. But the byproduct of that was a lot of realtors actually had showed interest in.
Absolutely, and not to take anything away from RE/MAX, when I was in the business and buying, selling, investing, people didn't know whether I was with Sutton or Home Life or RE/MAX. They wanted to work with Rav. In the same way, nobody really, at the end of the day, it's not Sam McDadi's with RE/MAX. People want to work with Sam McDadi and his team. So it really doesn't matter, and like I say, I know a lot of the originators of these franchise brokerage, no disrespect to them, but it's really the agent that people are looking to work with.
That's right. It's the relationship you have with your clients. And so if you've got a good relationship with your client, whether you're with ABC Real Estate, RE/MAX, or McDadi Real Estate, at the end of the day, they're dealing with you specifically.
Great.
Right? So
let's go to the phone lines here. We've got Sufi on the line. Hello, sir. Hello, Sufi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, my friend. Can I ask you, just turn down the volume on your TV there?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. What's your question, Sufi?
Now is global economic crisis is there, so I want to know about Toronto and Mississauga condo market. Is there any effect on that?
Okay, great. So because there's a global crisis, you want to know if there's any effect on the Mississauga condo market.
Yeah, Toronto and Mississauga.
Toronto, Mississauga, GTA. We great question, Sufi. Thanks, appreciate that. You touched on the beginning, and maybe why don't you hit on what the banks have done now just recently in the last week, and is it okay to still invest in the GTA, Peel region? What are your thoughts?
I absolutely think so. I believe what the banks or Bank of Canada has done recently, and the government is, it's tightened up the lending policies, which I think in the long term is going to help our market. So, going from 30 years to 25-year amortization, it was always 25 years up until recently, until they became innovative and went to 30, 35, and 40. Yeah. So they've just retreated back to where they were originally. And so you're refinancing going from 85 to 80%. It just ensures that, everybody's well positioned, that there's enough equity in the property. So basically, I think it's beneficial.
Basically, it's like mom and dad being the bank, saying, Rav, you have a bank account, but you've got to leave. If you've got $100, go spend $80, you still got to leave 20. They're really just trying to protect me in terms of how much money I still have in the bank rather than leveraging myself. So you think what the banking regulations have done is a good thing, and then in terms of buying and investing in Peel region, condos.
Well, and here's the caveat with the condo market. I think we've seen in the last few years it's really exploded, and you're seeing cranes all over the GTA, Mississauga as well. So the only thing you want to be mindful of is supply and demand. So if the supply becomes too excessive, then you got to be careful. But I think fundamentally, the market conditions warrant people purchasing investment properties. I don't think there's any issues whatsoever. Yeah. And I think we've been very fortunate. We've seen, Rav, and I'm sure you've witnessed that as well, a lot of foreign people coming in, spending and investing in the GTA. So that's been a big blessing. And particularly now we've seen, a lot of people making their way into Mississauga and the Peel region. Okay. So that's obviously helped really
great
pave.
Stuff. Sufi, I appreciate your call. Thanks for calling in.